Folks, the time has come every fan loves or dreads, and one player on the team loves or dreads as well. What am I talking about? The return game. Jimmy Butler is going back to Miami for his first time since the trade to the Warriors. As a fan base, you're going to jeer him, you're going to hate the trade, you're going to love the trade. It's going to be electric inside Kia Center in Miami. As an opposing team, aka the Heat, you want to show them that you're better, and they have not been better since Jimmy left. As Jimmy Butler, the team didn't pay you, the team traded you away, you kind of wanted it, you got suspended multiple times throughout this year. Go out there and ball out. And as a Warriors fan, as a Warrior teammate, you want to be there to support Jimmy in his return game. Same concept earlier with Klay Thompson coming back to the Bay. Now it's Jimmy's turn to go back to Miami where he played 5 years. So on this video, Randy Silver, Warriors Digest, we're going to break down what is Jimmy saying. What is Erik Spolstra, the coach of the Heat, saying? Steve Kerr, our coach, the teammates. Everything around this game, people speaking out. We'll break down Jimmy's performances in other return games. Minnesota, Philadelphia, Chicago. How did he do in his first game back in those home arenas? And then, of course, we have one thing to say before we get into it. Thank you, fans. We have crossed 10,000 subscribers on YouTube in under 1 year since we started this channel, Warriors Digest at Digest Media. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, Arthur's heart, the whole Digest Media family. If you're out there watching a video, you're out there subscribing, it means the world to us. Thank you. This is only just the beginning. We're going to continue to rocket ship this up to be the best Warriors channel on YouTube. If you're not subscribed and part of the 30%, please be part of the 10,000 plus subscribers. So cool to say. And starting at square zero, if you're subscriber 1 or subscriber 10,000, it means the world to me as I've helped build this up from zero. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And I will just say this will be my last video for about 10 days. If you've been on this journey with me, you know I graduated from Full Sail University's Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. I am now officially a sportscaster. I'll be moving to Nebraska to cover Cornhusker sports. Big Ten sports, let's go. A graduation gift to myself. After decompressing from the 2 years, you know I talked about my ex-girlfriend breaking up and I 4 months ago. I'm going to Costa Rica, disconnecting from the world. No phone, no internet, no Wi-Fi. I'll be checking my Warriors probably, but no work. I'm just going to go have fun, adventures, zip lining, you name it, hot springs. So Arthur will have you on all the videos for the next 10, 11 days after this one. Excited to go do that and come back and see how our Warriors team are doing. And let's talk about the big point of this video, folks. Let's talk about Jimmy Butler's return to the Heat. Again, thank you for everyone for the support in my personal journey as well. Jimmy, after the shocking loss to the Atlanta Hawks, no Steph there. As Arthur broke down yesterday, Steph practiced in Miami yesterday. Game time decision. I think he's going to play, and we'll talk about that in a second. So Jimmy said, yeah, I was traded from there, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it didn't end the way people wanted, yada, yada, yada. But that's so far behind me now, I don't even think about it. I don't pay attention to nothing except for the trajectory of this squad. Of course, the Warriors have lost 3 games since Jimmy has started. They're 15-3 or 16-3 with Jimmy on this roster. We have gone from a 11th seed in the playoffs, barely on the bubble, up to the 6th seed. Right there in the chance. We are basically 3 games behind second, 3 or 4 games behind second. You can see the standings below, and about 5 to 6 games above the bottom. So we're really in a good spot. Butler, as a friendly reminder, led the Heat to 2 final runs in 4 years. They did not win either championship. One was, I wouldn't even say competitive. It was close, but it really wasn't. And then, of course, the Boston Celtics really halted them in doing anything else. So the question is for Butler, what reception does he think he will get in Miami? He says it doesn't make a difference to him if he gets booed or if he gets some cheers or jeers. I'm a member of the Golden State Warriors. I love that fan base, that being Miami. They showed me a lot of love while I was there. But I'm here in the Warriors uniform now. I'm here to win. He doesn't know yet if he will get a return video. The Heat are a classy organization, so I would like to say yes. But of course, the relationship with Pat Riley deteriorated towards the end. So maybe as spite to Jimmy Butler, he won't get one. I think the Heat will show him one. I would like to think that they would. In terms of the Heat run, we were all right. Again, they didn't win a championship, which is what matters most. Butler has 0 championships in his career. Came to Golden State, where we have 4 the past 10 years, trying to win the 5th with us, his first. Draymond Green, what does he say about Jimmy Butler on the Warriors and going back to Miami? We got Jimmy over here now. I know this is a big game for him. They got Wiggins, and Wiggins hasn't been doing that good in Miami for him. It's a huge game for him, aka Wiggins playing the Warriors for the first time since we traded him, vice versa, but it's not Wiggins back in Golden State. When Wiggins is back in Golden State, Warriors will give him a nice video reception. We want to win for Jimmy. They're going to want to win for Wiggs. We got to come out ready to play. Steph Curry feels an obligation to be there for his teammates, regardless of circumstances, per Steve Kerr. He's an amazing teammate, and he wants to get back as soon as possible from the back bruise pelvic injury and win as many games and climb up the playoff ladder. No doubt he wants to be there for Jimmy too. Steph loves the spotlight. NBA Finals MVP, 4-time Finals champion. This thing called the Olympics. Night. He wants to be there in Miami, showing out. There will be a lot of famous people at this game. A lot of Miami hotspot locals will be there, and Steph wants to play. I expect he'll play. Should he play? I think probably not. Give himself some rest. He needs it. We can see it. But knowing Steph, ultimate competitor, we see what he does on the golf game as well. He wants to play. In terms of the whole Warriors teammates, per Notorious OHM, one of the ESPN reporters, I think you're going to see Warriors team that definitely wants to make sure Jimmy Butler has a good game. So talk about Hield. He's had revenge games like this. BP hasn't. Looney hasn't. They're going to want to be out there balling. Kuminga hasn't. If you look at this roster across the board, Draymond Green hasn't. Curry hasn't. GP2 kind of has when he went to Portland for a bit. Moody hasn't. Trayce Jackson-Davis hasn't. Santos, I don't think hasn't. Post hasn't. Knox hasn't played in New York yet. Or maybe he did. Yeah, he went back to New York. And Collins. So not many of these players know what it's like to have a revenge game on their roster. But they're going to be wanting to play for Jimmy and do well. Now, Erik Spolstra, Miami Heat head coach on Jimmy Butler's return. We had a great 5-year run with him. We didn't win the title, but only one team does. We had some great moments here. Classy, expect nothing less from Spoelstra. And, face the organization. Right thing to say here, but he's going to be hyping his team up to be ready for this game. And they will come out and play hard. So let's talk about Jimmy Butler going back to former games. Let me make this bigger, easier to see. So he started his career with Chicago, and then he went up to Minnesota. When he returned to Chicago, he had 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. However, Wolves lost. Then he went over to Philadelphia, and we know that he doesn't usually end his career as well. With the Sixers, as a member of the Sixers, Butler played against the Wolves. He had 33 minutes logged, scored 12 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, a double-double. Sixers won 118-109. Then, that did not end well. He goes to Miami, gets paid. When he returned to Philadelphia, played 27 minutes, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He beat the Sixers 113-86. So he's 2-1 in return games, has scored at least 10 points in each game. The game with the Wolves, massive 38 points. Otherwise, a very solid performance. Maybe not the best Miami, Philadelphia at that point. Now, Butler did go back and play Chicago in his first game, but not really return game. That's in the back. This is the first time he'll be going back and playing Miami. He's averaging 21.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, basically, in return games. But the outlier there is 38 points. But Jimmy out here in Miami showing out everything I just talked about. He's going to want to go hard. So, folks, the Jimmy Butler return game is going to be massive. I'll be doing my final internship with the WWE tonight. If I'm not around, Arthur will have you on a full post-game recap. Jimmy Butler returning the Heat. Comment your thoughts. Let me know. You stoked? You're not stoked? How the Warriors going to do? Steph Curry, everything in between. News breaks. Arthur will have you. Folks, Thank you again for 10,000 subscribers. It means the world to me and the whole Digest Media family, putting out Warriors content for you. I look forward, if I don't see you on another video today, seeing you about in 2 weeks when I come back from Costa Rica and talking more Warriors basketball with you. Appreciate you all on my journey. Warriors, let's get it. Jimmy Butler return game, Miami. Woo!